What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag to you. Okay. Gotta start this video off by letting you guys know there's something going on with YouTube. Something bad that's going on with this channel, which is probably going to change the way that I manage this channel and the content that's on it, if I even decide to do anything else, you know, whatever. I will give it at least a month to see if things pan out or fix themselves or catch up or something along those lines. If there is going to be a drastic change, I will let you guys know. I'll probably let you know even if, you know, this does pan out or whatever, what all the fear mongering was about, you know. I'll let you guys know and explain it to you what it is that I'm seeing that is causing me to feel like this may all be a complete and utter waste of all of my time. The putting in 3 to 5 hours to post a video, you know, per video. So sometimes it's, you know, 10 hours I'm putting in to post some videos. And yeah, so like I said, I'll give it a month to see where it's gonna go, and then I'll let you guys know what's gonna be going on with the channel at that particular point in time. So I'm saying that at the beginning of all my videos this week. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so last week was the play, right? And now Money, Juicy, and Tanya are meeting, and they're talking about the play. Like, oh my God, you were so good, you were so great, blah, blah, blah. They all sucked, okay? They did. They weren't, they said they were happy that that was like one of the first times to be like in a play or performing in any way, to not be looked on as little people, or they weren't playing dwarfs or, you know, elves or anything like that. Like, they were portraying the average person, and they liked that. Tanya said that she liked that Juicy wasn't fazed by Minnie bringing her mother. Did I think that Minnie was being petty by bringing her mother? Probably so, but Juicy was being petty by not inviting her. Because just like she is going to invite her to the thing this week, she could invite her. They're always not getting along and inviting each other to the stuff. So yeah, I know people are like, well, I wouldn't invite somebody to something if I didn't like them. Yeah, that's in regular life. Nobody would. It doesn't make sense. But clearly we know that this show, they all invite each other places where they're enemies, they don't like each other, they hate each other, and they invite each other. So for her to not have invited her did seem kind of freaking petty. Alright, so she tells them that, well, she wasn't even fazed by Tammy being there, and Minnie needs to learn that you can't upset the queen or whatever. You can't faze her. She goes on to say that Ricky Smiley invited all of them to his charity event down in Birmingham, community service, you know, and they're going to be like at an old folks home, a nursing home, hanging out with the elderly. They think it's all going to be like really good to give back, you know, to the community, all that sort of stuff. Everybody's on board for it. And Money is like, well, is everybody going to go? Can I invite everyone, including Minnie? And Juicy's like, yeah, you can invite Minnie. She need to not be tripping, though. She was like, yeah, I'm sure, you know, she'll be fine with it, but that's good. You're inviting everybody. Juicy's biggest concern is that they're going to have to catch a bus down there all together and have to be on the bus. But she's like, I can be civil around Minnie, so yeah, she can come, whatever. All right. Sam is helping Tanya set up her birthing room. I guess like a pre-birthing room, because the way that she explained it is that she's going to, I guess, sit there and go into labor and have a whole bunch of pain in her house, and then at the very last minute gonna go to the hospital and try to give a natural birth. That's what she thinks she finna do. Okay. She wants to have a vaginal birth. Just like Elena over on, over on Little Women LA, really, she was like, come on now, anybody having no C-sections in Russia where I'm from? motherfuckers is having vaginal births. And that's what I want to do. So yeah, she's, you know, Tanya's all hoity-toity and weird like that. So she's definitely wanting this vaginal birth because she doesn't want the epidural. She said that it messed up her back and all this other stuff. And you know, she's all natural. She doesn't want any chemicals in her body or chemicals near the baby and blah, blah, blah. So Sam is like, well, I'm very concerned about that. I mean, you could actually die. And she's like, well, average sized women can die from epidurals too. Yeah, but you have a much higher chance of dying. Why? What do you mean why? Why are you asking her that? Why wouldn't you ask your doctor that? I bet you know why. She got on my nerves. Because your birth canal is little as hell. Because you are this motherfucking big, okay? You're fucking tiny as fuck. Your cooch gotta be tiny as hell. Your birth canal, what? If they say that it's very, very dangerous, I mean, why chance it? Okay, so she needs to give it up. Okay, first off, if you've already had a C-section, and she's already had 2, right? It is much less likely that you will be able to ever, not even less likely. The way the doctor told me, and I'm going to tell you, y'all already see how the doctors be doing me, right? Making up shit, lying, trying to force me to do shit I don't want to do. So that's not to say that the doctor was telling me the truth. He might have not been telling me the truth, but from what they had told me, if you have a C-section, then you cannot have vaginal birth after a C-section. They believe the scar tissue will, you know, do something. Something's going to rip or rupture. Something's going to go wrong and get fucked up. They're telling me they don't even want me to have any vaginal births, and because I've had abdominal surgery, like my stomach's been cut 3 times, so I have that C-section scar that they keep slicing open in the same place over and over again, and I haven't even had any children, but just the fact that I have the C-section scar, they're like, you gotta have a C-section because you can't never have no vaginal birth because it could be dangerous and it might bust open, or I don't know, just something is saying that I absolutely have to. So I don't think that, I just don't think that it's gonna be freaking possible. Although it doesn't seem that the doctors tell her what the doctors told me. So you see, maybe having money can get you a better doctor and caring. Motherfuckers don't be like, no, we ain't gonna go through all that. Girl, you gonna have a C-section. So they might just be doing that to me. We'll see. Okay. Money and the twins and Minnie come over to Money's house. And they're having drinks, and she tells them about the charity event for Ricky Smiley down in Birmingham. And they're like, they're going to be visiting, you know, a nursing home, an old folks home and everything. And they're going to be interacting with them and cheering them up and all that sort of stuff. And it's really, you know, I think it's going to be a really cute event, right? Minnie is super excited because apparently she is all up on the jock of said Mr. Smiley. She was like, oh, I just like him. And y'all know whenever I see him, he be like, that's my wife right there. He be acting like I'm his wife. So yeah, apparently he flatters the fuck out of her and she just likes him. Okay, that's cute. Minnie says that she thinks it'll be a really good opportunity for charity or doing community service because the old people, they'll really appreciate it. Her aunt had been in a nursing home before she passed away, and she used to be so happy when she visited her and cry when she left and all that sort of stuff. And you know, all the girls seem to be touched by her extremely short story. But Money was like, okay, but Minnie, I know you and, you know, Juicy ain't getting along and all of that stuff, but this is her boss, and you know how she get about her job and stuff. So please, please, please be on your best behavior. Please don't do nothing shameful or crazy out there in front of Ricky Smiley. And she was like, I'm not going to do none of that fucking bullshit. Like, no. I am there, you know, for a good cause, and Minnie can't, Juicy can't do nothing to mess that up or whatever, and I'm not worried about Juicy at all. But if you can see the look on the twins' face and the look on Money's face, they're like, I so hope that's fucking true. I do too. Okay, here's the thing. Volunteering at a nursing home is pretty rewarding, but it's fucking funny as hell. Okay, I used to volunteer at a nursing home because I used to have a crush on a priest, Father Lou, up in college. So he came and he was like, who wants to volunteer? I'm like, me? I'm riding with Papa Lou. Yeah, people thought it was crazy that I'll be hanging out with a priest because I got a crush on him. But yeah. And he was bald and he wore a big, thick, curly wig. Why? Why would I have a crush on this man? They were like, you can't be serious. I was like, that nigga look good. Okay, but whatever. We used to go to this nursing home and, you know, play bingo with the old people, give them little prizes, bubble gum, like they had teeth, right? And then go to their rooms, pass out little donuts, little munchkins and stuff. And I used to hear some of the most fascinating stories. Like, it just was an all-around good time. If you ever get a chance, or if you're looking for something to do as far as community service, I think that that is a very rewarding thing to do. You do got to watch out if you black for the old white people, okay? Okay? Because they are racist as hell, okay? And they might get to thinking that this the old times and all of this. There was one lady, okay, I would go to her room the very first time I went there. I was like, would you like any donuts? She was like, get the hell away from my door, nigga. Like, what? You want some donuts or no? Get out, I don't want no damn donuts right here. Get out of here, nigga. I came in her room. Cause what she gonna do? What you gonna do, girl? All right, so she all laid out. She can't even hardly move. So I'm in her room. I'm like, I'm gonna give you some donuts. I don't want no donuts. I was like, I'm not even touching them with my nigger hands. So I picked up the little, you know, paper, tissue paper thing. And I picked up like 3 little donuts and I put them here. And I'm like, all right, here go your donuts. So for some reason I got tickled that she was so racist and ridiculous. Then I went to see her every single time that I came there, just so she could yell at me and go to hell off, right? And then I stopped going, and they told me, they was like, oh, the old lady, Helen, she was like, where's my girl? Not you, I don't want you. Where's the girl that always comes? I'm her girl, I'm her nigger. Where's my nigger? Where's my nigger with the donuts? I was like, oh, so she liked me? Oh, boy. All right, don't put yourself through it if you don't have to or if it's going to bother you. But I don't know why I found it so funny that she was so feeble and unable to do anything to protect herself and still be talking shit to me. I'm like, I don't know why you acting like you don't like me. Girl, you just be waiting for me to come. You ate these damn donuts and be quiet. Anyway. Tanya goes to visit with her midwife, okay? And Vaughn comes with her because, you know, he's supposed to be helping her go through, you know, the pregnancy and stuff together. She wants to go through lotus birthing, which is when they leave the placenta attached to the baby for, you know, hours, a day, whatever amount of time it takes, I guess, for the blood to travel back to the baby. I have heard about it in recent times and it's supposed to be, you know, pretty good stuff, highly beneficial for the baby. And she's happy that this place actually does it because it wasn't offered from her other midwives with her other 2 children. She did say that she's going to need some of that cord blood to get tested for dwarfism. But yeah, the lotus birth helps to ensure that the baby doesn't lose the nutrients from the placenta. And since she feels like they're so progressive for doing this, she's thinking that she hopes that the doctor, when she actually talks to the doctor, that he will give her good news as well about being progressive about her being able to give this vaginal birth, since this doctor has actually worked with little people before, and that's the doctor that's working with the midwife. So she's got high hopes. Minnie and twins go to get facials. And while they getting a damn facial, Minnie busts out and was like, okay, I want to talk to y'all about something I've been wanting to do for like a long ass time, and I've been scared, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm about to just do it. I'm gonna walk out on faith and make this shit happen. They like, what is it? She was like, I want to get into radio. And they were like Juicy? No, not like Juicy, just like into radio. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. They were like, I ain't never heard you talk about it. Well, I ain't got to talk about everything that I do. I ain't never heard you talk about it, girl. So Minnie's like, look, I've been wanting to make a career change. I mean, I'm just kind of sick of what it is that I'm doing now. I can't be standing up and on my feet all damn day. And this is something that I like doing and I'm really, really interested in it. And Amanda's like, so who you talk to about this? She was like, I'm going to talk to Ricky. They was like, Ricky Smiley? Like, yeah. And they're like, Juicy's Ricky Smiley? Well, he ain't Juicy's Ricky Smiley. Okay. They're like, Juicy seemed like she gonna be mad about that. Like, that's Juicy's boss. He was like, yeah, but he's also like a really nice person, and I get along with him really, really well. And, you know, I just want to ask him for some advice. So they're like, well, Juicy is going to feel like you're trying to get into her lane, basically. And Minnie is like, Juicy don't own a damn radio. Like, radio in general, it came out and they were like, this is just for Juicy. Yeah. So she was like, well, what if Juicy does get mad? She was like, I don't fucking give a fuck. Like, I'm not going to stop my dreams just to appease her. And they were like, why? She's just going to be like, why would you be trying to do what I'm doing and also be talking to my boss? Like, why wouldn't you talk to some other radio guy? And she was like, whatever. Then she'll just have to get mad and I'll just have to take that chance. Okay. The twins, they make it all kind of faces, all kind of side eye, all kind of girl. You already promised you wasn't gonna fuck up this event, and this is gonna fuck it up, because you know Juicy. It was like she is so jealous and she don't like nobody stepping on her toes or getting in her lane and all this and all that. Okay, and I'm just gonna play devil's advocate, because I know y'all are like, Aisa, Miss Bouchbag, whatever the fuck you be calling me, is always caping for Minnie and the twins, and come on, you know I do it. And I don't like Juicy, and everybody knows it. But I have cape for her before too. Okay, so I'm just going to play the devil's advocate. Okay, first off, on one end, Minnie is wrong, because she could be doing this out of complete and utter spite. She may actually be jealous of Juicy. She may want, I don't think anybody want to be Juicy. May want to have some of the things Juicy has, but wanted to be her. Come on now. But yeah, she might look at the things that Juicy is doing and find them quite exciting. I'm actually wondering who wouldn't, okay? Come on now. Come on now. You got a famous friend, they're doing all kind of cool famous shit. You don't think, wow, that's pretty cool, I'd like to do that. Nah, come on, everybody do. Alright, anyway, but yeah, on one hand it's all of that. And then on the other hand, perhaps, I mean, in real life, Juicy is not the only person. Like, why? Because this person knows you, then they can't go into the same profession. They can't decide that they want to do this at any point in time. I'm going to say that all the girls, probably except for Tanya, are like into entertainment at this point, right? They're the twins, they're not twerking anymore, which I guess was a form of entertainment as well, but now they're trying to be like more into public speaking, and well, still crowds and things and talking to the masses, still entertaining, right? Sam ain't doing shit, but she wants to be doing makeup, I guess, for entertainers. I don't know if that's gonna get her on TV, but it could, right? It could get her some fame, some notoriety. But Minnie's just doing this regular ass shit. And I do think that is very tiresome on her feet, because that's what they talk about, their feet and their legs hurting all the time, right? Juicy does not own the radio. And it's similar to like when they were going to be making that video. And they were like, wait a minute, I didn't know average size people was going to be in this video. And I'm like, average size people never do that. Even when the twins came and tried to work at the bar and the Cheeks was pissed off at them, like, why are you trying to work where I work? And like, average size people don't ever be like, hey, I work here, so other average size people can't work here. That doesn't make any fucking sense. But apparently little people feel like they could be the only person in any individual industry. Because if you try to get in that industry as well, then you are copying them in some way, because you couldn't possibly just want that for yourself. It has to be because of your, you know, jealousy of them. It could be, all right? You could be jealous, but you could not be jealous, and you could just want to fucking do that. So, I don't know. There's that one way of looking at it, but then there's another way. Like, I'm an actor. I'm going to acting classes, all this stupid stuff, right? And then my husband thinks that acting is stupid. He doesn't understand acting classes. What the hell you got to go to class for? Acting is easy. But he's a moron, right? I try to get him involved with it so he'll stop harassing me or trying to sabotage my career. And he starts going to acting classes, and now all of a sudden now he want to be a motherfucking actor, and you gonna try to act like you wanted to be an actor the whole time. Now I'm jealous, right? Because this motherfucker tried to steal my career. So I get it from both angles. I get jealous about shit that may not seem logical, but it felt logical to me when I felt it. But then, you know, the person could be doing something wrong to you, or they might not be. So I don't really know how to call it right now, but Minnie could want to do whatever she want to do, and Juicy can't really stop her, but we all know Juicy's gonna be fucking pissed about it. All right, so oh, and also she didn't say I'm gonna go get Juicy fired or no shit like that. She's gonna go and talk to him. She was like, I want to talk to him about me getting a career in radio. It's not like she trying to take Juicy job. It ain't like she like, when I go, I'm gonna be better than Juicy, and I'm like, put us at a little people off, a little people-a-thon, and see which one is the better little person to be on the show or no shit like that. Like, she wanted to talk to the motherfucking man for advice, and she probably don't get to see him as much as she did, as she has. But I have seen her on the radio station. Yeah, it was being recorded. I've seen her there on the air with Ricky Smiley, with Juicy, so she knows him. She's been in that environment, that atmosphere before, to know if maybe she likes it or something like that. All right. Anyway, next scene. Juicy and Money are shopping for the stuff for the elderly people, right? And Juicy's asking her, so all the girls, you talk to them? Like, yeah, they're all coming. I'm so excited. Everybody's so excited. She's like, and Minnie too? She was like, yeah. She's like, well, I wish Minnie would have said no and like kind of backed out of it. And Money was like, well, she promised there ain't gonna be no problem. She was like, she need to make that a motherfucking guarantee. She better not fuck up nothing. And Money's like, I absolutely promise nothing will go wrong, or I will handle it myself. So she was like, I'm vouching for Minnie like big time, so she better behave. All right, Sam and Tanya are at the ultrasound, and the doctor tells Tanya that the baby has club feet, which doesn't mean that it's a little person, but kind of a lot of little people have club feet. She also sees the point at the end of the spine, which is what the doctor told her to look for after they just found out that Luna was a little person, even though she didn't seem like a little person to her. The point at the end of the spine is like an indicator. So she was like, yeah, I see that too. So it seems like she didn't break down crying about the new baby having dwarfism, so I guess she just like, whatever, I guess they all gonna have it, fuck it. He said, we can estimate the size of the baby. We're thinking it's going to be about 7.5 pounds. And she's like, 7.5 pounds? God damn. My other kids was not this big. I'm like, that is, well, it might not be big for some people, but shit, I was only 5 pounds. 5 pounds is some ounces or something. So I was, you know, that's the size that they need you to be in order to leave the hospital. So I was the size, you know, I was ready to leave the hospital. I was chilling. But yeah, this baby's going to be bigger, but not humongous like my husband, who was like a 10, 12 pound baby. Yeah, he was enormous. He's so little now. Anyway, she said it's much bigger than her other kids. So I don't know if they were underweight or regular weight like me. Well, she's asking him, do you think that I would be able to deliver a baby of that size? And he was like, it all depends. I mean, we just gonna have to see what your body can do. And she was like, well, has any little person, have you ever seen a little person be able to deliver naturally? And he was like, well, the short story is no. Okay, people have tried, we gotten close, but nobody ever made it to the pushing phase. And that's when she starts fucking crying, because apparently this is so extremely fucking important to her. Her whole life she had to fight to give vaginal birth. Okay, I'm just joking. Of course she did have to fight, and I think that she's going to get the hell over it. But he still tried to be very comforting while she's crying, and he was like, don't give up all hope. I mean, we just gonna see. Which still is telling me that my doctor must have motherfucking lied when he said after you have a C-section that you can't have a vaginal birth, because even with her being a little person, he's still saying we can see. That motherfucker could see for me too, huh? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Minnie is with Sam, and they go into a store, and she was like, I got something. And what, a crest? What the fuck is a crest? Okay. A Omega crest. He's a Q dog. He's my frat brother. What? All right. And it is nice too. Okay. It is beautiful. It's big. It's shiny. I'm like, I love it. Roof. She says she's getting it to butter him up. And I just wanted y'all to know, I am a member of a Greek letter organization, and if one of you, or if a group of you, wish to pool your money together to purchase a crest for this young lady, my P.O. Box number is P.O. Box 57303, Los Angeles, California 90057. And you can send it to care of Fit Naturals, okay? Y'all ain't gonna send me shit. Anyway, Sam is like, why did you get him this? What the fuck is it? First of all, she was like, it's like from his fraternity or whatever. So yeah, it's his fraternity crest. And she was like, he's a very nice and like special guy, and he gives like such great advice. And Sam was like, so that's it, you get him this giant ass plaque thing because he gave great advice. So Manny's like, well, I kind of also wanted to have like a little talk with him because I want to break into media. And Sam was like, so what, you want to work for him? And she's like, no. Well, I mean, if he offered me a job, then yeah. But yeah, I want to talk to him. She was like, so what, you want to like take Juicy's job? And she's like, no, well, not necessarily. I mean, if that happened, then just whatever. But no, I mean, I want to talk to him, and I think that he'll be able to help me. And she's like, won't Juicy be mad? She was like, I don't care if she's mad. She was like, well, that's her like career or whatever. She was like, she is not the only person on radio. Radio is not only for Juicy. Anybody that wants to go into radio can go into fucking radio. She was like, yeah, whatever. I guess I get that, but this ain't gonna go well. And Minnie's just like, I don't really give a fuck how she feel. Then, okay, the trip is on this day, and they're getting on their little bus that Juicy was having, you know, reservations about being on. And then Minnie come with the big ass box. I'm like, girl, you should just have it delivered and let it just be there. She get on the bus with the big ass box, and everybody want to know what the fuck it is. And she like, no, it's a surprise. Y'all gonna see when we get there. And Juicy's like, I know this shit better not be nothing that's gonna fuck up this event. But she's cool with it for the most part. She does keep picking at it to try to see what the fuck it is. They get to the event, and Juicy's stalling because Ricky ain't there yet. He comes in, everybody all happy, makes little jokes about old ladies wearing white diamonds, and you know it was somebody in the room like, yes. My foster mom used to rock the hell out of motherfucking Liz Taylor white diamonds. Yes, bitch. They all seem to be having a really good time. The old people are vibing with them. The elderly people. They don't even seem that old. I'm like, when I was at the old folks home, first of all the people was, well, not all of them, but most of them was white. I see so many raggedy, scrunched up balls because people ain't got no drawers on when you come to their room. They sitting on the toilet. I'm like, oh my God. What? But everybody seemed really, really old. Like everybody's hair was white. Whereas here, you know, there's a lot of regular hair colors. They might have been wigs though, okay? We know how the old folks do. Yeah, so everybody's having a good time, like I said. So the girls are serving them food. They're chit-chatting about relationships and all kind of stuff, dancing. They had a dance party. Did y'all see that old man get down on the floor and do that sort of thing that looked like a burpee and then jump his little ass up? I was like, okay, go ahead, Grandpa, what? And they're like, man, I need to have this kind of energy when I get old. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Find out what kind of vitamins he taking. Him specifically. Minnie raised her hand and asked to come up, and Juicy is like, what the hell is this bitch doing now? So she got attitude. She comes up and she was like, okay, everybody get a hand for Ricky Smiley. He's so great, so wonderful, okay? And he's such a great person, and I just had a gift for you. And she went and she got it and brought it out there to him. And at that time, I started to think that it would have been a really, really, really good idea to smooth things over with Juicy if she had said that it was from all of them instead of just from her. And then she was like, oh, and I have something else, twins. And then the twins came out with a giant check for $5,000. And I'm like, wow, that is very generous and very nice. I was wondering if the twins went in on it with her, you know what I mean? I can't be sure. They didn't say that they did, but I mean, since they were helping to carry it out, I was just thinking that maybe they did. She could have also said that that was from all of them, but she didn't. I probably wouldn't either, you know, attach nobody else's name to some money that I gave away. If I paid the money, oh, everybody gonna know. Everybody gonna know. I might actually, when you cash the check, I might ask for all of the dollars so I can write my name on each one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna sign them. I'm gonna sign them. Don't you ever forget I gave you this money, okay? Yeah. So Juicy is having a bit of a conniption, but she's trying to remain calm, like she knew and like she ain't fucking upset. Then when it seemed like they're getting ready to leave or whatever, oh, well, actually, when she even came up there, he was calling her his wife. So, you know, that got Minnie all gassed up. Like, oh, my, respect my wife. My wife coming. This is my little wife right here. Yeah, so, before he's getting ready to go, she was like, can I talk to you for a second? She was like, well, look, I want to talk to you about something I've really been wanting to do for a long time. I've been wanting to get into radio. He was like, oh, well, really? That's cool. Okay, well, I'll help you any way I can. Just let me know what it is you want me to do. She wants you to help her get into it. She don't know none of the stuff to do. Okay? She doesn't know anything. And I don't know if he don't know that her and Juicy don't really be getting along and that she can't just ask Juicy. So, yeah, she needs all her information from you. So she was like, well, can I, you know, talk to you a little later? And he was like, yeah, we can meet up. Definitely. I think I got some ideas for you. Okay, cool. But while she's over there talking, Tanya's over there being shady, and she like, you know what they talking about? She was like, no, I don't know, and I don't care. But me and her gonna have to have a talk. I thought you ain't care. Either you care or you don't care. Bacon ass. You care. She care. So let me see. She and yeah, Juicy. Finally, at the end of this little meeting, this little event, her and Minnie meet up. And it seems to be a pretty nice little meeting at the beginning. And then it just turns totally motherfucking bad. Because Juicy is like, I found out that you went behind my back. No, I found out that you suddenly want to be on radio. And she was like, yeah. So you want, that's my career. Like, you don't own the career. She doesn't. That'd be like me saying, I do YouTube. And people like, millions of people do YouTube. Like, you don't own YouTubery. She was like, yeah, so what? I can want to be in it. You want to be me. I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you. Yeah, Juicy's going back and forth. And she was like, well, basically, you went behind my back. And that's not the way to do things. But what was she supposed to do? Y'all not friends. You're not even speaking to her. So it's not like she could ask you or tell you. If she was to tell you, I'm sure she would have got the same motherfucking reaction. And you probably would have been shady and wouldn't have helped her. And she actually couldn't tell you or ask you or nothing because you ain't fucking speaking to her. And she actually does know Ricky Smiley. And apparently they have spoken before. But Juicy's like, you don't know him. You only know him through me. So what? I knew a girl through my best friend. And then my best friend wasn't my best friend no more. Now I'm best friends with this girl. I mean, for years. Years and years and years, I've been friends with the girl that I met through somebody else. I'm still friends with my first friend, but I got closer with this other person because she was around and we just got closer. So meeting somebody through somebody doesn't mean that they are not friends or that you are the primary friend all the time. People can form their own relationships or whatever, but she's saying, no, I know that he is whatever. And Minnie's like, well, I like him and he's like a mentor to me. No, he's not a mentor to you. He's not like a mentor to you. He's like a mentor to me. Okay? And that's my boss. So since you want to go behind my back and try to do some shit, I'm going to have a talk with my boss. And Minnie's like, so what? Talk to your fucking boss then. I'm going to have a talk with my boss. Because he's my boss. She was like, whatever. whatever. I mean, why are you so concerned with my life? Stay out of my business. So she was like, this is my life. It's not your. So they arguing and all of this shit back and forth. So yeah, essentially, Juicy feels slighted. She feels like, what he calls trying to move into her lane. And she could be, or she could not be. Like I said, all she did was ask the man for some advice on how to get into radio. I think that would be the most logical thing to actually do if I decided that I wanted to get into radio. Would be, I used to work at a radio station. I used to intern. As soon as I came to California, I met some guy. How did I meet a guy? Oh, I met the guy from Animal House that used to sing Shama Lama Ding Dong, the black dude. Okay, met him in a work source center because I didn't have a job and I was poor as fuck. And he came to talk to me because he was like, how come you always in here and your ass ain't got no job yet? And I tell him that I want to be in entertainment and that's what I went to school for. And then he hooks me up with an internship at KGLH, Stevie Wonder's radio station. And yeah, so anybody could want to be in radio, and I was originally into acting, but then shit, if some other form of entertainment or media pops up and somebody offers me something, then hell to the yes, I'm down for it. So like I said about the devil's advocate shit, I can understand why Juicy's upset. I can understand why Minnie feels like, fuck it, it's enough room for all of us. Juicy actually said that it's enough room for all of us, but then continue to make it seem like it wasn't enough room for Minnie. So take it how you want to take it. So okay, I'm not gonna ask who agrees or disagrees because I did not make a clear stance because I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like wishy-washy about this whole little fucking situation. Probably because I'm in media and I know how hard the shit is, and sometimes you might have to stab a motherfucker in the back. I mean, sometimes it just goes down like that. Sometimes you're not meaning to. Sometimes you're feeling like, come on, there's enough room for both of us. And sometimes you know that it ain't. Okay, so what I will say is, if you're team Juicy on this, let me know in the comments. If you're team Minnie on this, let me know in the comments. If you agree with any of the other crap that I had to say about the video, throughout the video about my commentary, let me know down in the comments. And until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out my previous video. I also have a beauty and lifestyle channel you can check out. Or swing by my fitness channel for a free workout. Don't forget to subscribe.